controller, it is designed by Intel to transfer data at the fastest rate. It allows the device to transfer data directly to and from the memory without a CPU involvement. So direct memory access means it rotates it accesses the data without the CPU involvement from the memory locations. So DMA operation, first of all, device the peripheral wants to send data to memory. Device peripheral wants to send the data to memory. Firstly, device has to send a DMA request to DMA controller. That means 8237A. Then the DMA controller send whole acknowledgement to the CPU and wait for the CPU commands. The CPU is request handled by the CPU. Then the CPU lose the control over bus and send the acknowledgement to the DMA controller. Then now CPU is in hold state. DMA controller has to manage operations over buses between CPU and the memory. These are theory steps, and this is a diagram which is having like this. So it is a DMA controller. We are knowing 8237A DMA controller, which handle the system bus without involvement of a processor, without involvement of CPU. Whenever the input devices ask to send the data from the memory devices to the DMA controller, then DMA controller asks to the processor by giving the command hold. Then processor is giving the command hold acknowledgement. Then it is request. It will accept the DMA controller request. Then it sends the information hold acknowledgement. Then DMA controller is access whatever the information asked to the input output devices from the memory, and it will sends to the input output devices by using system buses. And this operation is handled by the all operations which are related to the memory or operated by the DMA controller. So by using the input output DRQ, input output devices ask to the request to the DMA controller, and this ask to the processor. Then this processor is giving the hold acknowledgement to the DMA controller, and it will handle all the operations which are handled by the memory by the processor, and it is the acknowledgement to the input output devices. And this is the operation of our DMA operation. Also, this is the steps, and this is a DMA controller block diagram. We have pins from 1 to 40. We have pins. Input output write, read memory write, note level, ready, hold acknowledgement, address stroke, AEN and the hold request, and CS bar clock, reset, data acknowledgement 0 and data request. Okay. DB not to DB7, that means data digital bits, data digital acknowledgements, and A0 to A3 end of processor and the address process. Okay, see here, this is a programmable DMA controller. We have an programmable DMA controller block diagram, and that is a pin diagram. So we have first of all this block diagram is having these. Here we have an programmable DMA controller block diagram, and the pin diagram of the DMA controller is that side. This is the timing and the control signal which is handled by the DMA controller. See here, we have the priority encoder and the rotating priority logic. Based on the priorities from the input and output devices, this DMA controller is going to give the result to the devices. Okay, input and output devices given priority, based on a priority we are handling the devices. So see here, this is the architecture for the DMA controller, which is the 8237. We have a priority encoder and rotating priority logic. Based on the input and output devices data request, we have these 8237 is going to access that input output devices data, asking the CPU, the microprocessor hold by giving the hold request command to the CPU this side. whenever this CPU is accept the request, then CPU sends the hold acknowledgement or from the hold acknowledgement pin. Then the priority encoder and the rotating priority logic is giving the commands to these three command and the mask and the request. We are going to mask that priorities, or we are going to accept the priority based upon the request given by the input output devices. So here we have an timing and control logic, end of the process and the reset at CS bar. That means this DMA controller is handling all the operations which are related to the memory organization. So memory, based upon the memory. So without the involvement of CPU, so it can access the memory locations without accessing any other only to access memories. So memory write and the memory read and the input output read and the input output write operations, and the AEN is 1. The DMA controller access only the address. Whenever it is 0, it access the only the address. Whenever it is 1, the input DMA controller access the address. When it is 0, it will access the data from the memory locations. Then clock and the ready pins are whenever ready is 1, then 8237 is ready to access the data. Chip select is high. Then 8237 is going to access the operations which are handled by the processor. And the reset, that means processor will be reset. That means 8237 will be erase all the registers which are present in the register. These are the registers, temporary word count registers and temporary address registers. For counting the temporary word, we are using the temporary word count registers, and the temporary address registers we are using these are temporary address registers for counting the address. So these are the 16-bit data buses and the read buffer and the read write buffer for counting for placing the read operations data and the write operations data. We are using the registers like this, and the write buffer and the read buffer, internal buses and the read write mode 4x6, and the status and the temporary registers are there. Status registers and the temporary registers. So read and write logics, and we have an output. Whatever the data collected by the DMA controller are stored in the temporary word registers. Whatever the data, whatever the read or write operations which are performed from the input and output devices, those are stored in these registers. In these registers, whenever the input and output devices are going to access the memory, it will input and output devices ask the DMA controller to fetch the data. Then DMA controller asks the CPU for giving the permissions to access the data. Then CPU is send the hold acknowledgement to the 8237. Then 8237 is going to access the memories, and that memories are stored in these registers. The memories are given to the input and output devices by using these ports, command control, and the input and output buffer, and the input and output buffer, and the input and output buffers. So this is a block diagram which are priority wise, the devices which are priority, then that devices will handle by the DMA controller first. Then priority wise it can handle the devices, and the registers are used to store the data which is from the input and output devices or memory devices, the read and write operation.